The courtroom is quiet as the judge calls the Ellison case to order. Miss Ellison, the plaintiff, wastes no time. She's here demanding more spousal support, an extra $100 a week. Her reason? She claims harassment from her ex-husband and a significant cut in her work hours. But there's a catch. The ex-husband didn't even show up to court. She says he drives by her house at 3 a.m., honking his horn, and shows up at her job causing scenes. She's not just asking for money. She wants peace.
Support court with Judge Van Der Bee is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1073, Ellison case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Ellison?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I've went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money, and the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment, plus I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it. But I think $100 a week extra for spousal support would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him. It's him doing the harassing.
Okay. How long ago did you all get divorced?
Miss Ellison pleads her case. Her nerves are frayed, her patience is gone. She begs the court for a restraining order, desperate for relief, but Judge Vi quickly reminds her that's outside the jurisdiction of this court.
Divorced.
Well, it's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
He just won't let go.
What is he doing to harass you?
Like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, drives around the house blowing his horn at all hours of the morning. He comes down to my work unannounced, goes right into where I'm working at and wants to argue with me in front of coworkers. I mean, I could be fired for that. I mean,
Have
it's totally
you ever
ridiculous.
tried to call the police on him?
Well, by the time they get there, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never caught him actually doing anything.
Okay.
He knows not to get caught, but I need a restraining order. That's the only thing that's really going to, I think, keep him away from me.
Okay.
And he found
well,
out
I
about,
don't do restraining orders in this court. You can go to another court and definitely request a restraining order, and I believe that's something you can do at your local police department too.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. That is definitely that. Now, I can, if you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that.
Now the numbers come into play. Miss Ellison says she's been forced into part-time hours, her income shrinking while her ex's continues to grow. She claims he's a CEO at an oil company, pulling in big bonuses and annual raises. She paints the picture of a devoted ex-wife, raising his kids, hosting his friends, keeping the home, all while he enjoys a life of luxury. And now, she believes he can spare an extra $100 a week.
You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said, my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that. So
you said your wages?
Yeah, my wages are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever. And he makes good money. I don't make half of what he's making. And it's been really tough. I raised his children. I entertained his friends. I kept the house clean. I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week, maybe.
Okay.
But Judge View wants receipts, and Miss Ellison starts listing expenses. Mortgage payments, groceries, gas, bills, even entertainment. I can't sit at home watching TV all day, she says. She insists she's struggling to keep her life afloat. But Judge V sees through the smoke. Miss Ellison was awarded the home in the divorce, and she's nearly done paying it off.
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty right there. He shouldn't be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
Well, I have rent. I'm still making the payments on the house. We, before we got divorced, we had it redecorated, carpet paneling on the outside. I mean, siding on the outside. All kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, you know, I got food. My car's paid off, but, you know, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. I mean, you can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I mean, I go out from time to time, you know, that takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago, outside of spousal maintenance, were you awarded the home?
Yes, I was.
That's when the judge gets specific. Why are you really here? She asks. Miss Ellison insists her work hours were reduced against her will. But that's not enough. Her bills haven't changed. She has no car payment. Her lifestyle isn't drastically different. Judge Vij isn't convinced.
Awarded the home. And he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay. So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. I mean, that's a financial burden.
Well,
And-
okay, so you went down on
yeah, my
hours.
boss did. My boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
And the insurance for the car, I mean, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
Judge V brings up the law. This is Texas, a community property state. That means Miss Ellison likely received half of her ex-husband's retirement account. And she did, $250,000. But now she wants the court to ignore that. The judge won't allow it. That money was already factored into the original spousal support agreement. You can't get credit for it twice. The judge explains. That's not the law.
When you all were divorced, did he have a 401k in existence? And this is Texas, which is a community property state. So I'm assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
Yes,
I don't think
no,
that
ma'am.
should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely not the law.
His 2 raises every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, my age, I'm not gonna find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped in this life.
And Ms. Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time, because I cannot give you an increase in spousal maintenance just
$50
because
a
you're
week?
asking for it. No, ma'am.
25?
Even $5. The answer is no. So is there anything else?
Things take a sharp turn. Miss Ellison begins pleading. Even $5 more a week, she says. She's not just making a legal argument. She's making an emotional one. But emotion doesn't change facts. Judge V is clear. Her current financial burden doesn't justify an increase. You're not here because something changed, the judge says. You're here because you're frustrated. But that's not enough.
That you needed from me here today, because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase from his wages.
Well,
If that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
well, people need increases. I mean,
Well,
women
and
living
you-
on their own, I mean, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
It was a nice piece,
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
about 250,000.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed, and so are you. Thank you. Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B. I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Ellison case. So ex-wife in this case, she was wanting an increase in her spousal maintenance. Well, if you're going to come to court and ask for an increase in spousal maintenance, there are
Miss Ellison insists women living alone need more support. But Judge V stands firm. The law requires material and substantial change, and Miss Ellison hasn't met that standard. Then comes the final blow. Judge V asks again about that 401k. Miss Ellison admits she walked away with $250,000. Case closed.
number of things that you have to show. If you remember, we talked previously about spousal maintenance and the things that you needed to show in terms of the factors to even qualify. It works the same way when you're asking for a modification of that. What do you all hear? She was talking about her job, cut her wages, cut the time that she would have to be at work, although husband made this money, but nothing really changed in terms of her expenses. Her expenses actually decreased because she inherited a lot of money when she and her ex-husband divorced. Therefore, she didn't qualify for an increase in a modification of her spousal support, which is why her case was dismissed.
If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed, and so are you to